Welcome to Sleepy English. Research shows that reviewing information right before sleep helps the brain consolidate it into long-term memory. During the day, our minds are full of distractions, but just before bed, the brain can focus on what you've just learned and strengthen it overnight. So tonight, let's gently practice English with two simple dialogues. Returning an item at a clothing store. Customer: Hi, excuse me, I'd like to return this jacket if possible. Assistant: Of course. Do you have the receipt with you? Yes, I kept it just in case. Here it is. Thank you, let me take a look. Alright, it was purchased 3 days ago, so returning it is absolutely fine. That's a relief. I wasn't sure about the return policy. Our policy allows returns within 14 days, as long as the item is unused. Good to know. I actually like the jacket, but the size doesn't feel right. No problem at all. Would you like a refund or would you prefer to exchange it for another size? I'm not sure yet. Could I try a different size first? Of course. A useful phrase here is, I'd like to try a different size. Right. I'd like to try a different size, please. Perfect. What seems to be the issue with the current one? Too tight or too loose? It feels well around the shoulders, but it feels too tight when I move my arms. Then going one size up might be more comfortable. I'll bring that for you. Assistant leaves briefly and returns with another jacket. Here you go, the next size up. The fitting rooms are over there on the left. Thanks. By the way, how do I politely ask where the fitting rooms are in English? You can say, where are the fitting rooms? Or more politely, could you tell me where the fitting rooms are? That sounds much better. Customer returns after trying the jacket. This one feels better, but now the sleeves seem a bit long. That's quite common between sizes. You could say it fits better, but the sleeves are too long. Okay, it fits better, but the sleeves are too long. Exactly. Do you offer alterations? Yes, we do. We can shorten the sleeves if you'd like. Oh, that might solve the problem. How long does this usually take? Usually 2 to 3 days. That sounds reasonable. Another question. How do I ask about price differences when exchanging items? You can say, is there any price difference? Is there any price difference between the sizes? No, the price stays the same. Great, then I think I'll keep this one and adjust the sleeves. Good choice. I'll arrange that for you. They walk toward the counter. While I prepare this, let me explain another useful phrase customers often use. Could I get a refund instead? So that's when I decide not to exchange anything? Exactly. For example, I'd like a refund, please. That's helpful. I always worry about sounding rude in stores. Politeness usually comes from tone and phrases like, please, could I, or would it be possible? So instead of saying I want to return this, I should say, I'd like to return this. Yes, that sounds much more natural. What if something is damaged and I need to explain the problem? You could say, there seems to be a problem with this item, or I noticed a defect. Let me try. I noticed a defect in the stitching. Perfect sentence. Assistant types information into the computer. Would you like us to call you when the alteration is ready? Yes, please. That will be helpful. Another common phrase is, could you notify me when it's ready? Could you notify me when it's ready? Exactly. I feel like I'm learning more practical English here than in some lessons. Real-life situations are great teachers. One more question. How do I ask about store credit? You can say, could I receive store credit instead of a refund? That's useful if I'm unsure what to buy immediately. Exactly. And if I just want to browse without help? You can politely say, I'm just looking, thank you. I hear that all the time. Now I finally understand why. Assistant finishes processing the order. Everything is set. Your jacket will be ready in 2 days. Perfect. Thank you for being so patient and explaining everything. You're very welcome. Honestly, I used to avoid returning items because I didn't know what to say. Many people feel that way in another language. Practice builds confidence quickly. I already feel more comfortable. Next time, I won't hesitate. That's the goal. Alright then, have a great day. You too. See you soon when you pick up the jacket. At a pharmacy. Asking for advice and learning useful expressions. Customer. Hi, excuse me, I was hoping you could help me with something. Pharmacist. Of course, how can I help you today? I'm not feeling very well, but I'm not sure what medicine I should take. No problem. Could you describe your symptoms for me? Sure, I've had a sore throat for 2 days, and now I'm starting to feel tired and slightly feverish. Alright, a useful phrase here is, I have a sour throat, which means your throat hurts when you swallow or speak. Yes, exactly. It hurts when I swallow. Do you also have a cough or headache? A mild headache, but no cough yet. Okay, before recommending anything, I need to ask, are you taking any medication currently? No, nothing regularly. And do you have any allergies that you know of? Not that I'm aware of. By the way, how can I ask that question myself? Like, if I need to explain to a doctor? You can say, I'm not aware of any allergies. That sounds useful. Based on your symptoms, I'd suggest something for pain relief and throat comfort. Is this something I can buy without a prescription? Yes, another helpful phrase is this available over the counter? Over the counter, meaning I don't need a doctor's prescription? Exactly. Pharmacist picks up 2 products. This one helps reduce fever and headaches, and these lozenges can soothe your throat. How often should I take them? Good question. You can ask, how often should I take this? Or what's the recommended dosage? What's the recommended dosage for this medicine? 1 tablet every 6 hours, but no more than 4 per day. Got it. I always worry about taking medicine incorrectly. That's understandable. You can also ask, are there any side effects I should know about? Are there any side effects I should know about? Mostly mild ones, like slight drowsiness in some people. Can I take this medicine on an empty stomach? Another excellent question. Usually it's better to take it after eating something light. So I could say, should I take this with food? Exactly. Customer looks at the packaging. Sometimes I don't understand instructions written on medicine boxes. Then you can ask, could you explain how to use this? That's very helpful. If my symptoms don't improve, what should I do? You could say, when should I see a doctor? When should I see a doctor? If the fever lasts more than 3 days or symptoms get worse. Good to know. I tend to wait too long before seeing a doctor. Many people do. Another question, how do I explain that my symptoms are getting worse? You can say, my symptoms are getting worse, or I'm not feeling any improvement. Let me try. I'm not feeling any improvement after 2 days. Perfect sentence. Someone enters the pharmacy. They continue speaking. Is it okay to continue working while taking this medicine? Yes, but make sure you rest as much as possible. So I could say, should I rest or continue my normal activities? Exactly. I realize pharmacies are actually great places to learn practical English. Real situations teach vocabulary that people truly need. If I wanted something more natural, how would I ask? You could say, do you have any natural remedies? Do you have any natural remedies for sour throat? Honey tea and staying hydrated help a lot alongside medication. Hydrated, meaning drinking enough water? Correct. And if I feel better, should I stop taking this medicine immediately? You can ask, should I finish the course even if I feel better? That's a useful phrase for antibiotics too, right? Exactly right. Pharmacist prepares the purchase. Would you like anything else today? No, that should be everything. Thank you. Alright, I'll ring this up for you. Honestly, I used to feel nervous explaining health problems in English. That's very common. Health vocabulary feels personal, so confidence takes time. Today helped a lot. Now I know how to describe symptoms and ask questions properly. I'm glad to hear that. One last phrase. How do I politely ask for help again if I come back? Simply say, could you help me with something? Could you help me with something? Perfect. Thank you for all your help today. You're very welcome. I hope you feel better soon. Thanks. Have a nice day. You too. Take care. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more simple and relaxing English practice. See you next time.